All right, so it's 24-17. Everything is on the line. And Chris, how many debates is this for you? 14 great debates, Chris Coen. And this is your first time on the Ohio State side since I put him on Michigan in 2012. So he's here to bring it home. Welcome home, indeed, welcome home. And this is what Chris wrote about his bio. He wrote a book that no one reads. It's available on Amazon, right? Well, I have a copy in my basement if anyone would like it. And he won some comedy contests that no one remembers. But he's here, anchoring the Ohio State Buckeyes. Chris Coen, everybody.
Thank you, Dan, and just so I don't disappoint everyone, I will not be singing like Dan to close Ohio State this year. Dan and I do not have the same taste in music, and I didn't think my version of Primal Concrete Sledge by Pantera would go over too well with this crowd. So I am thankful that Crooked Can put a keg next to my seat. It's like we're family. I've been here so long. I almost missed it up when I sat down. James was up here, being a fellow athlete myself like James in the late 90s. When I was the fifth string center for Muskingum College. Moved up to fourth because the other guy quit. And I ran a 4.9 340, which is impressive because I was smoking a half pack of Marlboro Lights at the time a day. And I think it's great he runs a special needs football camp. Let's hear it for anyone that's doing something great for our special needs kids. My son actually was diagnosed with autism, and amazingly, he is in the 99th percentile for height and weight, and that might be a good fit for him. When I find out who the real dad of him is, I'm going to be... At the 99%, it may be Jay Cokes. I don't know. It's... It would explain a lot. I'm excited to be back on the Ohio State side. I got a paid gig for once in 2012 and didn't buy Dan's daughter's Girl Scout cookies and got moved to Michigan and was there for a decade. I would say I'm happy to be here, but the two magicians that were on the show last year got paying gigs, and I'm just kind of angry, to be honest with you. You mean magic? Really? Magic? They pay for that? The real magic was when I found out I was back on the Ohio State side, my doorbell rang and I opened it up, and it was Paula Cole singing the theme from Dawson's Creek. It was like coming back home. I don't even know how she got my address. It was really weird, and I hate that show. If you didn't like Dan's 80s references, you're gonna hate my 90s references, so buckle up, everybody, let's go. I hate the show Dawson's Creek because every drunk girl on 5 Lynchburg lemonades said I looked like Pacey. But with like onset of liver failure, I got it. Dollar General Pacey, that's me. I had a girl one time tell me I looked like a drunk David Hasselhoff, and I was like, there is no sober David Hasselhoff. Don't even know what to do with that. Let's meet your team from Michigan. I haven't got to do this in a while. Pretty excited. I went to Daryl Dawson's Facebook page to see what he's been up to, and he had a comedy website, and when I clicked on it, it said domain name for sale. I don't know if the QR code has hit its goal, but if we can raise $7, we can save DarylDawson.net. /edu Coen.org. Simon Fraser was here, and I bet the only sports conversation he has is, have you seen Ted Lasso? Nikki and Adrian are here again together. Nikki mentioned the Don't Tell comedy specials. I saw one of the flyers. It was Nikki looking over her shoulder back at Adrian, who was looking at her, and I said, is this a comedy show, or is she going to blow up the Winkleman Thanksgiving? Side note, Adrian is from a town of 3,697 people. I Googled it yesterday, and he is not the most well-known comedian from a town of 3,697 people. In fairness, the other one was on Saturday Night Live last week, so we'll move on to Michigan. I have a secret confession for all of you here today. I sat on Team Michigan from 2012 until last year in pure terror, just waiting for someone on the Ohio State team to end the debate and say, your coach ate a booger on national television. Shame on every Buckeye roaster that skipped right over that like it didn't happen. Holy crap. You're in a stadium with 107,000 people in it on national television watched by millions of people, and you ate a booger. What are you doing at home when no one is watching? Making throw pillows out of belly button lint? I don't know, I don't want to know. Disgusting. We have to address the elephant in the room. Michigan won last year for the first time since Obama's presidency. They were very excited. Their fans rose on social media from the dead like someone reactivated MySpace. And to keep them in check, I went and looked at what has happened since Michigan won their last undisputed national championship. Here's things that have been invented since 1948. Velcro. The polio vaccine. Seat belts. Color television. My dad. I could wrap up by saying a lot of things. I've lived a long life, and I've seen a lot of great Buckeye wins. However, the greatest Buckeye over Wolverine victory I saw was not in the sport of football, and I'd like to give you a story to show you how the rivalry extends into our everyday lives. It was 2005 and involves my buddy Tom, whose nickname is Macon Gravy, and I won't get into that because it's a family show. But I'll tell you about Tom. We were at a bar one time to set the stage before I tell you the story about the greatest Buckeye victory over Michigan. We were at a bar one time, and Tom set his big meat hooks on the bar and said, I'd like 3 shots of Jack. And he was a little intoxicated, and his hand slipped out, and his chin hit the bar, and he rocketed back into a table and knocked over and broke about 7 bottles and glasses. And he crawled back up to the bar, put his meat hooks back on the table again, and said, I'll take 2 shots of Jack Daniels, please. It helps to know the characters of the story that you're going to hear. The greatest Buckeye victory over the Wolverines in 2005, me and 35 of my friends took a fun bus up to Ann Arbor to watch the game, and we ran out of beer by Toledo. It was dark times, everyone. The game hadn't even begun yet, and we were down by 70. We got off the bus, walked over a small hill, saw a Michigan tailgate, and my buddy Tom reached into the cooler and said, "Don't mind if I do," and grabbed a Miller Lite. And the Michigan fan running the tailgate punched him square in the face at the exact moment that a police officer was walking up over the hill. And Tom got the Michigan fan arrested for assault at his own tailgate. And we drank every single beer in his cooler. And that is the greatest Ohio State Wolverine victory of all time. Go Bucks!